Check one.
Ladies and gentlemen, a very warm and good evening to each and every one of you to Nsbm Green University on a lovely day to celebrate a momentous occasion. May we kindly request the following dignitaries to do the honors in the traditional lighting of the oil lamp.
On behalf of the organizing committee, we now invite our special invitees to light the traditional oil lamp. Vice Chancellor of Nsbm, Professor E.A. Veerasinghe. Deputy Vice Chancellor of Nsbm, Professor Chamindra Ratnayaka. Head of Academic Development and Quality Assurance, Professor Bharata Durankutua. Dean Faculty of Computing, Dr. Razika Ranavira. Dean Faculty of Engineering, Dr. Chandana Pereira. Dean Faculty of Science, Dr. Nuwanti Katuavila. Dean Faculty of Postgraduate Studies, Dr. Chamindra Vijayasinghe. Head of Students Affairs, Mr. Thisal Yatavera. Executive Sports and Physical Activities, Ms. Shanika Serwandi. Chief Organizers, Representative of Nsbm Alumni, Geshan Pithiagota. And President of Nsbm Sports Council 2022, Vigum Fernando, to light the traditional oil lamp.
"14 sports with 7 outstanding performances, 147 recipients. To our dignitaries, lecturers, MICs of our sports teams, parents, colours men and women, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. And it is a pleasure to join you in this evening on this occasion." Shamila?
Not only a pleasure, Sonakshi, it's after 3 long years, ladies and gentlemen, 3 years in which our university sports have come to a stuttering halt due to pandemic difficulties or economic disruptions. Sports, especially across the university landscape across Sri Lanka, has come to a stuttering halt. And that is why it is even more noteworthy to mention the fact that we, as Nsbm Green University Town, is proud to celebrate the achievements of our colours men and colours women who have powered through the odds and have lit the beacon way for not only the years of 2022 and previously, but also for the years to come in the future.
To you, ladies and gentlemen, you are the stardust that has sprinkled atop of this little world of ours, which is Nsbm Green University, and it is a pleasure for me, for myself, and Shamila to be your host tonight. Shamila?
And that stardust is going to be reminded once again, ladies and gentlemen, of this momentous occasion that you are witness to. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to the Nsbm Colours Night of 2022.
Also, Chamila, not to forget, ladies and gentlemen, the Nsbm Colours Night is one of the most awaited events in Nsbm's calendar, and to commend and to recognize the most outstanding Nsbm sportsmen and women who has lifted the country in local and in international arenas.
It's not only to commend the achievements of our colorsmen and colorswomen over last year, ladies and gentlemen. The whole idea of getting colors, of being awarded colors, stems back thousands of years to Egyptian, Roman, and Greek traditions. This tradition comes from the fact that colors are used to signify or to denote the leader amongst men or women in a community back thousands of years ago. That leadership is what colors meant back then. And today, I think it takes on an even more significant role, because not only are we recognizing our colorsmen and colorswomen tonight, they, ladies and gentlemen, our colorsmen and colorswomen tonight are going to be the standard bearers, the leaders, the mentors that our students of the next generation will look up to, in order that they blaze the way forward for Nsbm to pile high on the laurels that it has already achieved.
Also, Chamila, one thing to add, well, tonight is a night where all hard work, blood, sweat, and tears, all these sportsmen and women of Nsbm are recognized.
Indeed. And I think they are impatiently waiting in the wings to
Yes.
earn that recognition and to justly receive the recognition that they are entitled to. At this point in time, ladies and gentlemen, we must invite a person who started his way all the way from the very bottom. He was a distinguished sportsman himself, a distinguished colorsman himself, representing both Sri Lanka as well as his university on the local and the international arena. May we please invite, with a great deal of pride, our very own Head of Student Affairs.
Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together and welcome Head of Students Affairs, Mr. Thisal Yatavara, to address the gathering. Thisal, can we have you on stage?
Thank you, Chamila and Sonakshi, for that great introduction. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, faculty members, parents, and student athletes, a resounding welcome to the prestigious Colours Awarding Ceremony at our esteemed university. Tonight, we come together to honor and celebrate the remarkable achievements of our exceptional athletes who have brought glory to our university through their unwavering dedication, remarkable skills, and relentless pursuit of excellence. Before moving ahead, I take this opportunity to honor Professor E.A. Veerasinghe in providing a platform for students to be awarded with colors for their remarkable achievements. Dear sir, we warmly welcome you to Nsbm Colours 2022. There are individuals who leave a lasting mark on their sporting legacy, not just through their individual achievements, but also inspiring their peers and the generations to come. Though the chief guest for the night, Mr. Arvind De Silva, is not here, we will be looking forward to welcome him in another moment. Until that, I would cordially welcome Professor Chaminda Ratnayaka, Deputy Vice Chancellor of Nsbm, and Professor Bharata Dudankotua, the Head of Academic Development and Quality Assurance, with pleasure to this glorifying event. At the same time, we would like to welcome the deans of the faculties, heads of departments, and all the staff, parents, and especially our dear students to this significant event. We are also pleased to have the Nsbm alumni representing the sporting fraternity of Nsbm with us today. Finally, I would like to welcome everyone present here to witness the glory of Nsbm sports. Before I conclude myself, I would like to highlight few of the achievements of our talented sportsmen and sportswomen during the year 2022. The Badminton Club of Nsbm won the first place in youth sports, where 14 universities participated, and it is my opinion that this was the most competitive badminton tournament ever staged on a university platform. Among many other accomplishments, they were also able to become the runners-up at Slit Shuttlebuds Championship. The Basketball Club of Nsbm was able to secure first place in Apit Extravaganza while also being the runners-up and second runners-up in youth sports. The Nsbm Rugby Club, which has had a phenomenal history in winning championships, continued its legacy by winning the first place in youth sports 2022. Following that, the Nsbm Football Club won the Apit Extravaganza Championship and went undefeated in all home friendlies in the year 2022. The Nsbm Chess Club continued to showcase their brilliance by claiming the championship in the higher education sector category of the esteemed 12th Athugalpura International Rated Open Chess Championship and the first place in Sabara Chess Championship. Additionally, there have been many remarkable individual achievements owned by the club. Nsbm Powerlifting Club achieved remarkable milestones during the past few years, making champions from the scratch, and as I speak, Uvindu Jayasinghe, one of our graduates, is currently engaged in national duty in Hong Kong. In 2022, the club has been able to produce champions not just to compete in the university level, but also to compete nationally, winning many gold medals in the National Powerlifting Championship 2022. Finally, among many other sports, martial arts have taken a prominent place in the sporting arena by winning a gold medal in Sri Lanka National Karate Championship 2022 and also by winning a bronze medal in the 10th Commonwealth Karate Championship 2022, which was held in Birmingham, UK. The club, together with Taekwondo and Karate, has been able to win 22 gold medals, 7 silver medals, and 8 bronze medals during the year 2022. With that, ladies and gentlemen, let us celebrate the power of unity, the joy of competition, and the profound impact of sports in shaping the character and future of our student athletes. May this ceremony inspire all of us to embrace the spirit of sportsmanship, to push the boundaries of what we believe is possible, and to continue to strive for excellence in everything we do. Thank you, and let the celebrations begin. Thank you.
Thank you very much to you, Mr. Disalyatavara. And as you said, we believe in sportsmen who continually push the boundaries, which begs a question. When we were in university, Disal, I don't know why you never agreed to play badminton with me, despite being a national colorsman and all that. Nonetheless, ladies and gentlemen, I believe that there are some boundary pushing yet to be done, so I think you owe me that badminton match soon. Ladies and gentlemen, we are ready to proceed with our awarding sessions of tonight's Colours Night Awards.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, next up we have the Appreciation Awards. And to join the presentation party, may I invite Deputy Vice Chancellor Professor Chaminda Ratnayaka, Head of Academic Development and Quality Assurance, Professor Bharat Durankutua, and Deans of all faculties to join the presentation party.
Ladies and gentlemen, in this first session of awards, we are recognizing a number of sports. Among the 14 in NSBM, these sports have achieved the highest distinction, stellar achievements in inter-university, international, and amongst many other competitions in Sri Lanka and alike. And that is why these 7 sports that we are recognizing at this point in time shall be represented by their masters in charge, who have contributed, no doubt, immensely to the progress of that sport within NSBM. So let us firstly begin the outstanding sports clubs of NSBM. Our appreciation awards starts with NSBM Rugby. Inviting Professor Bharata Dodankotu and Ms. Shehani Joseph.
Ladies and gentlemen, the second most outstanding sports club, Nsbm Badminton Club. Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for Mr. Tisal Yatavar and Ashani Jayasundara.
Let's keep going, ladies and gentlemen, towards Nsbm Basketball. Mr. Pramudya Tilakaratna and Ms. Binari Villadara. Small wonder that the basketball club achieves so much when their MICs are themselves gargantuan basketballers too. We move on to our next sport, Sonakshi.
Ladies and gentlemen, Nsbm Martial Arts Club. Please give it up for Mr. Praveen Ranavira.
And now, from an activity of mind and brawn to completely minds, Nsbm Chess, Mr. Pramudya Tilakaratna once again and Mrs. Suri Caldera.
Next up, ladies and gentlemen, Nsbm Powerlifting Club. Once again, Mr. Pramodya Tilakaratna and Coach Sanjeeva Pakshage.
And concluding our outstanding sports appreciation awards at a conclusion goes towards the Nsbm Football Club, Mr. Janit Iddavala and Mr. Gayan Yapa. And ladies and gentlemen, that rounds up our outstanding sports clubs from this appreciation awards of the Nsbm Colours Night 2022. Let's have a round to all. Rugby, badminton, basketball, martial arts, chess, powerlifting and football. Many thanks to our presentation party. May I request Professor Bharata Dodankotu to remain on stage as we would be inviting him for our next segment, ladies and gentlemen. This gentleman, with his eye fixed on the entire panorama of student affairs, sports in particular, and academic development across the university, he is the ideal personality, Sonakshi, to tell us his view and his opinion regarding sports in Nsbm and the way forward. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming the Head of Academic Development and Quality Assurance and representing the Nsbm Sports Advisory Board, Professor Bharata Dodankotu.
very good evening to all of you. And it's a super kind of day today, which I consider a remarkable privilege for my life as well. When I talk to the best people in front of me, I feel also the best. With that simple note, our Vice Chancellor, Professor E.A. Veerasinghe, may I add another adverbs as well, adjectives. So a remarkable athlete back in 1970s and 1980s at home, that is goal, plus at the University of Sri Jayawardhanapura, where he was a colorsman in many a sport. But he's a remarkable long distance runner, plus football and hockey player, and the colorsman of Jayawardhanapura University. And we have our Deputy Vice Chancellor always using the gym for his stamina and the endurance, which I really admire, but he's a product of Martha St. Thomas's, and he's a keen sportsman, plus a remarkable supporter for the sport as well. And we do have all the deans, and who also willing to continue their superb kind of sporty life, plus encouraging our dearest students. And though we missed our chief guest and the guest of honor, they will be here, and they are the evergreen Mr. Aravind De Silva, the cricket champion, plus the guest of honor, that is Niluka Karunaratne, the 15-year times national badminton player, or rather champion, and dearest parents, and my dear colorsmen and colorswomen, and the sportswomen of women and men of Nsbm, and ladies and gentlemen. Yes, as I said to you, it is a so colorful day for my life, since my sons and daughters are getting their colors today after a lapse, rightly said by Chamila and the Monakshi. Due to the fact that Sri Lanka had a hard time, but it doesn't mean that we always face the hardest way of life. We have to come back, we have to bounce back. That is the meaning of this celebration, year 2022. Though we were not able to compete the remarkable way that we were used to, but still we manage our level best. So that the colors and the colors gradings are based on their achievement, their accomplishment. So I assure you, though my job is also to assure the quality assurance at university, in this regard, the color assurance is given to me by the Vice Chancellor. He always guided me, Bharata, we go for the best. Accordingly, our team of experts at this university, with the support of many people, we did the best, dear sir. So the colors that be awarded are remarkable colors. I know for sure that they are going to make the Sri Lanka or elsewhere, wherever they go, with a remarkable color standard. And dear parents, as we know, the Sri Lanka has many kind of cultures. We know that we have the religious culture, we have the agriculture, we have silviculture, plus many a thing, and the food culture. But among all those cultures, I value, among other, the sporting culture is among the best, due to the fact that that is the level playing field where the people are competing. In some other places, perhaps we do not have that kind of, perhaps the infrastructure, that kind of manners or something of that nature, so that we got to value that remarkable kind of culture with respect to the sporting arena. Though Sri Lanka lacks certain kind of infrastructure, yet with the available resources, we are doing wonderfully well. In days to come, perhaps after 30, 40 years' time, perhaps Sri Lanka may hold Olympics of that nature. Until such time, we have to protect that culture. The colorsmen today perhaps will be the judges, or rather the coaches of that nature in days to come. Dear colorsmen and the colorswomen as well, and you have reached your accomplishment due to your, rightly said by Manakshi, with your tears, your blood, and the sweat. And it has a remarkable value that you have to protect. Once you protect it, please do understand that you are a super kind of person, because your durability, your endurance, your capacity, your stamina, whatever the word, positive, are with you. And you have to make sure that you are going to be a remarkable, impactful person at any place where you work and live. That is what I really wanted to tell you with respect to the Colours awarding. And then the NSBM and the sports culture will remain for years to come, and definitely we are sure that we are among the best level of attainment. And the other day, dear Vice Chancellor Sir, we happened to take part in the Mora Sevens, one of the oldest university games with respect to rugby, and definitely we will celebrate it. We were the champions. There were about 16 universities, the government plus the private sector universities, and we were among the best. Likewise, others are to follow, and know for sure almost all the sports at NSBM going to excel in what they are up to. And dear sons and daughters, now some of you are graduates and you are proud graduates. Now you are accompanied with your colors, and then you are more powerful than ever. And our future of the NSBM is going to be again so wonderful. Now in the second phase, the ground is almost done. Perhaps October, we will celebrate that event when we celebrate the 7th anniversary. And the ground is set for 400 running track and the rugby, cricket, plus any type of game. And with that, your younger generation will excel almost all the games, to be frank. Dear parents, thank you very much for trusting NSBM, and your sons and daughters are more important than ever, and they are more sporty than ever, we know that, and they definitely do their level best in days to come. And with that note, I wish all the colorsmen and colorswomen all the best, and do a remarkable kind of work at your workplace. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Professor Thodankottua, an ever-present figure in the field of NSBM sports. And as he rightly said, as he rightly lauded our Vice-Chancellor, Professor Veerasinghe, together with our Deputy Vice-Chancellor, Professor Chamindra Ratnayaka, and himself, Professor Thodankottua, these gentlemen, alongside the entire team behind NSBM, ensure that the strategic focus is not only academic development. It is important, true, but values and the culture that is infused by sports development is matched by none other. And that is, at that point in time, ladies and gentlemen, we are ready to recognize those young men and women who are queuing up to the left of our very hall right now.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are moving on to the Colours Awarding Session 1 of 2022. And to do the honors, may I now invite Dean Faculty of Computing, Dr. Rasika Ranavira, and alumni guest, Budbi Galagamage, accompanied by Mr. Tisal Yatavara, Head Students of Affairs, and Ms. Shanika Savandi, Executive Sports. We also invite the MICs of basketball, Mr. Pramod Tilakaratna and Ms. Binari Villadura, to join the presentation party.
Well, are we ready? Are you ready, ladies and gentlemen? NSBM, are you ready to see your colorsmen and colorswomen of the night? Let's begin with basketball. Gagani Darukialoka Silva, Regina Schumacher, Kalinu Jeshan, Situm Rakshan, Nisal Vimukte Disoisa, Nisal Tarusha Pereira. Nikila Pramudita, Erusha Gimshan Rodrigo, R.M. Dinush Jayavira, Emmanuel Kamal, Koralge Sunit Satnidu, N. Sanchajan. And rounding up our colorsmen for basketball, Tarusha Lakshan.
Well, thank you, Ms. Binari Viladhar, for joining the presentation party. And ladies and gentlemen, next up, we have the Nsbm Chess Club. And to do the honors, we are now invite the MICs, Mr. Pramodit Tilakaratne and Ms. Isuri Caldera, to join the presentation party. Ladies and gentlemen, Nsbm Chess Club, please welcome Hashara Abhay Singha. MTSD Vimalana Chandra, followed by Yanali Bhavanya. Please give it up for LGB Banuki. And next we have Munneswaram, followed by Sayuni Jayavira. Tarushi Senaratna. We have S.S. Ratnaika, Aloka De Silva and Kalpa De Silva.
Let's keep that applause coming, ladies and gentlemen. These are your colorsmen and colorswomen who have achieved so much, dedicating so much of their time and efforts to be on stage here and to bring glory to Mother Nsbm.
Followed by RAGP Ramanaika, SP Revin Penuka and A. Nipun Harshana. And next in line we have Uindu Abesekara, ASMUGK Subasingha. Ladies and gentlemen, the awards for chess sums up by HMS Tissera. Please give it up for all the award winners for chess, Nsbm Chess Club, ladies and gentlemen.
Chess is an individual sport. Nonetheless, it does speak for itself, ladies and gentlemen. The teamwork that is required to keep a team mentally stimulated and strong and moving through all competitions. This large contingent that supports each other and ensures that Nsbm Chess is rewarded for the hard work that they do. As do we recognize their MICs and thank them for their contribution as well, Mr. Pramodit Tilakaratne and Ms. Isuri Caldera. And doing so, we invite our MIC for netball, Ms. Nepmi Udara. All right, we are ready to go ahead with netball, ladies and gentlemen. Let's begin with Yasumi Punchiheba. Following Yasumi, we recognize Kalani Karunaratna. Isuri Keshani. T.H. Vishwani Gunapala. And we find the double colours woman at this point in time, Gagani Taruki Aloka Silva. Quite a treasure haul to take home tonight. Next up, Sandani Kuruita. And rounding off netball, our final colours woman, Miss Maliti Disanayaka.
Well, thank you, Ms. Nedmi Udara and our presentation party for joining on stage for the distribution of awards.
Whilst relieving you of your duties, we invite the Dean of the Faculty of Engineering, Dr. Chandan Pereira, together representing the alumni, Ms. Inurigayara Kurupu, as we, of course, do request Mr. Tisal Yatavara and Ms. Shanika Sewandi to remain on stage to form the rest of the presentation party.
Ladies and gentlemen, we also invite the MIC of Athletics, Mr. Venra Kolambage and Ms. Aushadari Kaushalya to join the presentation party. Ladies and gentlemen, starting off with DMI Keshani. And next we have Aradi Rashali Pereira. Followed by Jalat Senadi Raddalaguda. And next we have Linuka Ratnapriya, who is not available today, but yes, he is one of the Colours awardee for athletics. Next we have Malit Hettiarachi. Followed by EATR Ediris Singha. And next we have Ravindu Ramanayaka. Followed by Naveen Ratnakumara. Next we have Sanut Pereira. And next we have Vinsuka Gamanpila. At last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for TDD Vijay Sungha.
And so we have awarded colors to basketball, chess, netball and athletics.
And what we have next, Chamila?
Archery. Archery is to come, ladies and gentlemen, for which we would gladly invite our MICs, Mr. Vendra Kolamage and Ms. Aushadri Kaushalya. Thank you so much for your contributions to athletics. And inviting Mr. Sharjah Mustafa, who is the MIC for
Archery.
Exactly. Right, we have one colorsman for archery, Mr. Kavin Premaratna.
And what we have next, Shamila?
We are following on with volleyball, Sonakshi, but I'm sure that in the years ahead to come, archery will gain a sizable contingent with its popularity growing in scale in Nsbm. Thank you very much, Mr. Sharjah Mustafa, for your contributions to archery, inviting our volleyball MICs, Mr. Praveen Ranavira and Ms. Maitri Vidanakarya Karanage. Now everyone, I do have to make a special announcement at this point in time, providing extra inspiration and the motive to go ahead in the years ahead to come. Ladies and gentlemen, we warmly welcome our guest of honor, Mr. Niluka Karunaratne, a decorated Olympian, a decorated sportsman in Sri Lanka and beyond. Thank you very much, sir. I'm sure your presence will do wonders to our colorsmen and colorswomen tonight in terms of their inspiration that they gain from you. We move on to our volleyball colorsman, Mr. J.M. Nuantarga. Thank you very much, and thank you to our volleyball MICs, Mr. Praveen Ranavira and Ms. Maitri as well.
For joining the presentation party.
Ladies and gentlemen, now we think that in badminton, as in any other sport, but badminton in particular, timing is everything. And that is why our guest of honor has the perfect sense of timing to come right in time for our badminton presentation as well. May I read out his profile first, and it is a glittering profile, so bear with me. The undisputed badminton champion, Niluka Karunaratne, born in the coastal area of Galle, received his primary and secondary education in Dharma Ashoka College, Ambalangoda, and Royal College, Colombo, where he won the Royal Crown in 2001. His father and his brothers are also professional badminton players, and he became the youngest ever Sri Lankan national badminton champion at the age of 16 in 2001.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, he's currently regarded as a #1 premier badminton player in Sri Lanka and Sri Lanka's most decorated badminton player with a record of 33 medals to his name at international events, including 9 gold medals. He also holds a unique distinction of winning 5 gold medals in different 5 continents. He reached his high career signals ranking of 34 in June 2013, which is also the best ranking by Sri Lankan badminton player.
selected to captain the Sri Lankan contingent to the 2012 Summer Olympics. He defeated the world 8th ranked Kenichi Tago of Japan to 2-0, the biggest win in the history of Sri Lankan badminton. Ladies and gentlemen, I could go on and on about this profile, but it's so lengthy. There are so many achievements to speak of. I think it's opportune to ask all of us to direct our attention towards the screen. We can see firsthand a video about our guest of honor, Niluka Karunaratne. Welcome indeed. I have been told from backstage that today is none other than the World Olympic Day as well. So timing to perfection, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, please put your hands together and welcome guest of honor, Mr. Niluka Karunaratne, accompanied by alumni guest Ms. Budmi Galagamage on stage to present the Badminton Colours Award. We also invite the presentation party on stage. And meanwhile, we invite Ms. Tisalya Tavare and Ms. Ashani Jayasundara, the MICs of badminton, to join the presentation party. All right, let's start off with badminton. Please put your hands together to Nuwani De Silva. Followed by Tharushi Katriarachi. Sandali Gikianage. Metmi Shehara. Vikum Fernando. Followed by, ladies and gentlemen, Tharusha Di Manta. Tarindu Umayanga. Keep going, ladies and gentlemen, because these are the color awardees for badminton, Nsbm Badminton Club. And next up, we have Tarindu Umayanga. Followed by Mohammad Shadir. Next, we have Ishita Vijayatunga. Dilin Manjit. Iransha Pule. Followed by Chalit Kumara Peruma. And next we have Vido Lianage.
It's a special moment, isn't it, Sonakshi, for one of the distinguished badminton players alongside other distinguished badminton players to recognize the next generation of Sri Lankan badminton players to grace the stage.
And next we have Seneca Jayavira. At last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for Dimanta Hebage. Well, that sums up the badminton awardees, and thank you so much, Ms. Aniluka Karunaratne, and our distribution party for joining the distribution of certificates and the awards. Thank you so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a number of sports more to come. The night is not yet over. We will take a small break and be right back. Let's have this entertainment item all the way from Nsbm to refresh us all. Right. Thank you to that entertainment act by the Nsbm Dancing Club. Now we are ready to proceed with session 2 of our Colours Night of 2022. For this purpose, ladies and gentlemen, may I invite the following members to form the presentation party. Professor Bharata Dorankotua, accompanied by Mr. Tisal Yatavara, Ms. Shanika Sewandi, and the MICs who we will be inviting at each stage of our presentations.
We will start in session 2 with cricket, and now we invite the MICs Mr. Gayan Pereira and Mr. Deshaja Devapriya to join the presentation party. Session 2, Nsbm Cricket Club. Please give it up for Pasan Ganatunga. Followed by S.T. Jayasuriya, S.A.S. Lokukatia, we need to keep this going, ladies and gentlemen. Please give it up for Ashen Silva. Followed by Shannon Fernando. Next we have Monil Jason. Followed by Uindu Chandra Siri. And next we have BK Pascal. Followed by Mithila Pereira. And next, ladies and gentlemen, we have Rashmika Bandara. S.R. Pereira. And next we have B.S.P. Mendes. Sharila Gunatilaka. BHM Vimukti Dizanayaka. At last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, K.Y. De Silva.
And that rounds up cricket. Ladies and gentlemen, your cricket colorsmen of the night. Our thanks go out to our MICs, Mr. Gayan Pereira and Mr. Deshaja Devapriya. It is only a male cricket team that we saw. Perhaps in future we might have ladies cricket team coming from Nsbm as well. So stay tuned, we'll find out. We will move on to our next team going forward. This is towards swimming. May I invite our MICs, Ms. Samitri Vanyarachi and Ms. Netmi Udara. We begin with Mahesh Ayappa. Adisha Ekanayaka. Manuti Pires. Tunita Dilkit Alas. Bonel Sinan. Pasindu Tenura. And Pasindu, ladies and gentlemen, will be followed by our final colorsman for swimming, Gavin Vijayasekara.
Well, that sums up the swimming, the NSBM Swimming Certificates and Awards. And thank you so much to the presentation party for joining to distribute the certificates and awards. And next, we invite the Dean Faculty of Postgraduate Studies, Dr. Chaminda Vijay Singha, and alumni guest, Mr. Hareen Ratnat Mudali, accompanied by, who's almost there on the stage, Mr. Tisa Latavara and Shanika Selvandi. We also invite the MICs of Powerlifting Club, Mr. Pramod Yatilakaratna, to join the presentation party along with the coach, Sanjeeva Pakshake.
With powerlifting being the next sport, ladies and gentlemen, we expect a powerful response from all of our attendants in the audience tonight. Let's go on with powerlifting, Shonakshi.
Yes, let's start off with MPN Dharmasena. Such a girl power, Chamila. MPN Dharmasena for powerlifting. We also have SN Vimala Surya. KADG Mother Naika. Followed by PLC Mihisha. And next we have HDV Suravira. Followed by MB MU Fernando. And next we have DK Jala. Followed by WGHM Fernando.
That brings to a close our colorsmen and colorswomen for powerlifting, ladies and gentlemen. We are ready to move into table tennis. But before we do so, we do thank our MICs for powerlifting, Mr. Pramudya Tilakaratna
and also our coach Sanjeeva Pakshake for joining the presentation party. And next up what we have, Chamila?
we invite our MICs for table tennis first, Ms. Tarani Suryarachi and Ms. Rekha Kulasekara. Table tennis, ladies and gentlemen. Let's begin with Hansani Pyumila Kapugi Kiena. Naduni Veerasinghe. Hiruni Ishani Vijayatilaka. Hiruni will be followed by Sandunika Samarakode. And our final colors woman for table tennis, give it up for Rangi Nimeshika. And let's begin with the gentlemen who are awarded colors for table tennis. First one up, Hiran Kanchana. Tisanda Dharmasena. Ishara Tivankar. Bisandu Ranasinghe. Shelan Fernando. Sonakshi, no doubt we will see many of these ladies and gentlemen once again on the stage, as I'm sure their involvement with table tennis and other sports is not limited to 2022. It will extend far beyond to bring more glory to Nsbm. Shelan Fernando will be followed by Jalia Madhusankar. And rounding up table tennis, our final colorsman of table tennis, Mr. Bahushakti Botejo. And thank you very much to our MICs, Ms. Tarni Suryarachi and Ms. Rekha Kulsekar. Thank you very much to our presentation party as well, as we invite our Dean of the Faculty of Science, Dr. Nwanti Katwawila, and alumni guest representative, Mr. Geshan Petyagoda, to join us on stage.
Now next, Shamila, this is one of my favorite sports.
Indeed,
Yes.
it is something you are part of as well, Sonakshi?
Not yet,
All right then.
but let's see the future.
Very
I
well.
don't think so. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the MICs of Football Club. Please welcome Mr. Janit Idawala and Mr. Chandima Gayan on stage to join the presentation party.
Football is indeed one of our recognized sports, Sonakshi, one of our outstanding sports over the last year, and we hope many more years to come.
Yes. So we'll start off with, please give it up for AJM Amar Surya, ladies and gentlemen. Followed by WHN Fernando. DLC FC Randenia. KRSS Pires. Followed by PMI Kalsara. TN Petiaguda. Followed by, ladies and gentlemen, BDD Silva. At last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for TRD Jaya. And this round out the awards for Football Club, and thank you so much, Mr. Janity Davala and Mr. Chandi Magan, for joining the presentation party.
As our MICs for football make their way off ramp, we will invite our MIC for basketball, rather for MIC for martial arts. I do beg your pardon. MIC for martial arts, Mr. Praveen Ranavira. Well then, we are ready to go with martial arts. And brace yourselves, ladies and gentlemen, we have a number of colours men and colours women here to present our awards to. Let's kick it off with Litara Pereira. Taruni Divyanjali. Chaturika Ruani. Bodhi Bandara.
Next we have GV Shashika Rukshan. Followed by, ladies and gentlemen, RHM Ashan Herat.
Following Ashan is Dushan Senadira. Amit Gamagedara. Roshita Metkumara. HG Dhanuka Vishwanath. Tarun Tatsaral Vitakala. Samita Fernando. you, Tinura Dhananjay Pereira. It's worth mentioning, ladies and gentlemen, that the hard work of these young men and women have turned into fruitful results as a direct intervention by their masters in charge.
And also that's the reason why they're here today, Chamila.
Absolutely. And Sonakshi, it's interesting to see all our MICs so enthusiastic and so passionately applauding on all their students, rightly so, as we encourage all of you, ladies and gentlemen, to join us in the same. We continue with Damit Sri Kaushalya.
And next we have Pasindu Pamadita, Yasmita Kavinde, Kavindu Timalka, Isiro Udakara, and ladies and gentlemen, Madhuka Kavinda. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that sums up the awards for martial arts, and thank you so much, Mr. Praveen Ranavira, for joining the presentation party. And what we have next, Shamila?
Well, we have a favorite sport to all of us here at NSBM, ladies and gentlemen, rugby. Rugby, the one among the outstanding sports of NSBM sports calendar in 2022. We would like to invite our MICs for rugby to join us on stage. Professor Bharata Dodankotua, accompanied by fellow MIC Ms. Shehani Joseph, to
To
give
join the
away
presentation
the
party,
colours meant
yes.
for rugby.
Ladies and gentlemen, starting off with rugby, we have Osenda Vidanagamage. Followed by Manula Ratnayaka. Kalana Banuka. Ladies and gentlemen, we have Rashmit Pereira. Followed by Modita Mahim. Kavindu Navaratna. Followed by Ashmita Rajapaksha. Avishka Gunavardhana. followed by R.N. Senaratna. Dinil Akash. Saraka Jai Vikrama. Followed by Dumidu Dulakshana. Followed by Imal Dizanaika. Ladies and gentlemen, at last but not least, please give it up for Tarisha Vidanage. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that rounds up the rugby, the trophies for rugby. And thank you so much, Professor Bharat Durankotua and Ms. Shahani Joseph, and the presentation party for joining for the awards ceremony.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, at this point in time, you would have all noticed that there are no more surprises in store. We have already had one distinguished sportsman representing Sri Lanka in the national arena, and now we have our chief guest, another gentleman of such distinguishment. I do know that we remember him for his exploits in the World Cup 1996 semi-final and the final. But for me, growing up, I couldn't remember any of that. What I did remember was 2003, the World Cup in South Africa, the lightning-fast pitches and the wickets that were terrifying, comprised of the fast bowling battery of South Africa and Australia coming off together with Pakistan as well. One batsman stood tall amongst all of them. And for me, that memory is engraved forever. Him playing the hook shot for 6 into the stands and out of the stadium of some of the best fast bowlers the world has ever seen on some of the fastest wickets the world has ever seen. At that point, my father told me, now that's a batsman. And I've never forgotten that. Ladies and gentlemen, it is with distinct pleasure and immense pride that we welcome our chief guest to the Nsbm Colours Night 2022, Mr. Aravinda De Silva. Sonakshi, let us turn our eyes towards the screen and see exactly everything about him.
And the two players most feared in world cricket are back in the pavilion. What a victory for the Sri Lankans. A fantastic effort.
Ladies and gentlemen, an all-time legend in the cricketing world, Aravinda De Silva, with an international cricket career spanning over 20 years, is the only cricketer to have scored a century and taken 3 wickets in a World Cup final. He was instrumental in winning the Cricket World Cup for Sri Lanka in 1996 and was adjudged as man of the match on 2 occasions, in the all-important semi-finals and the final. He retired at the pinnacle of his career in 2003 and Sri Lanka's highest ever run scorer in Test and ODI, having captained the side many times, including the 1991-1992 World Cup. Aramita De Silva further continued his association with the game in Sri Lanka, serving in an advisory capacity to Sri Lanka Cricket at the Ministry of Sports, as well being the Vice President of Sri Lanka Cricket, Chairman of Selectors and the Cricket Committee on numerous occasions.
His ventures in business have also accorded great fame and a great deal of productivity to the nation as well, joining the Ideal Group of companies in 2009 and currently serving as the Deputy Chairman of the group, representing the global giant Mahindra & Mahindra in the automotive and finance sectors. He also sits on a number of executive boards in the country and in 2017 was appointed as Chairman of Thomas Cook Lanka Private Limited and a fully owned subsidiary of Fairbridge Capital, Canada. But once again, ladies and gentlemen, we remember him for the excellent hook shot that he played against the best bowlers in the world, bringing countless glories to Sri Lanka back in the day and even today. Ladies and gentlemen, please join us in welcoming our chief guest, Mr. Aravinda De Silva.
Good evening to you all. Vice Chancellor, Nsbm, Deputy Vice Chancellor, Nsbm, academics, distinguished guests, and students of Nsbm. First of all, let me apologize for the slight delay on my arrival. And I must say I lost my way finding your university, and only when I got here I suddenly realized how big the place was. But unfortunately, the markings and the routes were not marked so well enough for me to find the way without losing my way getting here. Nevertheless, let me first of all congratulate all you sportsmen for these great achievements today. And I'm very happy to be here with my wife to grace this occasion. As you know, I, being a sportsman and who's very, very passionate about sports and also youth development, I have realized over the years since my childhood that sport has given me a lot in life, and more so taught me more lessons than in a classroom throughout my career. As a little child, I remember in school, I was always wanting to be part of any sport activity which the school could offer. And I started very, very young as an athlete. Though I don't look that athletic sort of, or athlete sort of figure which I possess. I still love being an athlete and wanted to participate in every sort of opportunity I got in my school. When it came to the sports meet, the inter-house sports meet, and that is where I started and got very, very interested in participating in all kinds of sports, especially in cricket. I remember the masters in charge and the coaches were very keen to make sure that I played cricket and also participated in the 200 meters, the 100 meters, discus throw, putt shot, high jump, long jump, and cricket ball throw. Those were my events for my house when I was in school. And when I very well remember when I told my master in charge that I might not be able to participate in all these events. He said, no, we need you to participate. Not only these ones, then there are some team ones, the 100, 200 and the 400 meter relays as well. And at that time, I was never worried about winning, but as you know, my worry was whether I would have enough time to do all those events. And some of them were immediately after one event. They had another one which I had to participate whether I liked it or not, or whether I was fit enough or not. And later on I realized that participation was the key. And that really taught me so many things in life along the way. I won some, I lost some, and I made friends while we were playing certain sport, and some of those friendships and the learnings through this sport really made me what I am today. So what I want to stress upon is the importance of sport for you to understand and to help you build your future with the most important part of your life, which is the soft skill development. So if you are playing a team sport, which I did for a long time, I played cricket right through my school career, and then at a national level for almost 20 years. Though all these other sports which kept me going, and every time I played tennis when I had a break to get my mind off cricket, I would go and play some tennis, play some table tennis, and various other sports like rugby, soccer, just to keep myself occupied, but in another sport. So as a team sport, what I learned the most was, I can give you some very important examples and things which might help you all also to understand what I really mean, is to understand our World Cup victory and how as a team it worked out well over a period of time. I think if you run a corporate, today I see a lot of similarities between how you build a winning team, especially a World Cup winning team, and to be a very successful corporate in today's day and age. So if we take our national team in 1995, we started sorry, not in 1995, actually we started our journey in 1990 or 89 when we started building our team, and we started playing together for almost 9 years before we won the World Cup. And as a team, what we really understood was, like a family, we understood each other's strengths, each other's weaknesses, and most importantly, how we needed to support each other and how they would perform under pressure and in what sort of situations we could use each other's talent to the best of their ability. And if you look at how we ended up with Sanat and Kalu opening the batting, that was purely through during the series in Australia, where we suddenly realized that these two batsmen who were batting down the order was getting out at crucial times in the middle overs once the field was pushed back. And then we had two batsmen up in the order who were struggling for form, but who had a lot of experience. And we did a reversal of the batting positions to capitalize on the field restrictions in the initial overs. And then, of course, once the field was pushed back, and in the middle order, every time we came close to winning a game, these two guys, because they didn't have the experience, they used to make certain mistakes, and we used to lose some of those games. So as soon as we reversed the roles, we thought, okay, we can get Sanat and Kalu to go up the order and play their natural game, and to play the natural game they know best, give them a free mind to go and express themselves, which made a huge difference in the very next game, where they put on almost 80 runs partnership in no time. And then when we had a crucial 20-odd runs to make in the last few overs in a very tight game. Roshan, who had a lot of experience, was batting down the order, and he managed to see us through with the tail. So ever since that day, we realized that this was something which might work, especially in the subcontinent, knowing the conditions. And with the first 15 over rule being in place, allowing us to take huge advantage with these two players. So that was one of the main changing points for us to prepare and also to plan out a new strategy to win that World Cup in 1996. So here what I'm just trying to convey to you is to understand that every individual, I know there are 12,000 students here, and every student, you have to understand, has some remarkable talent. And Nsbm as academics, what they have to understand is to try and get the best out of these 12,000 students who will be with you for the next 4 years. And these students who will be the future of this country, we need to make them leaders. And if we are to do that, one most important thing is to build leadership qualities within them. And how do you do that? Sport is one great route for you to achieve that. Give them responsibility, give them leadership, ask them to go out there and express themselves and build confidence in these individuals. Because for any child to be successful, what they need is confidence. And that is what anyone as academics can provide for any child for their future. I stand here today and address you. Actually, I was not prepared for a speech, but I just came and I thought I'll just say what came out of my heart. But as a child, when I stood in front of a mic, I was so scared. I couldn't even speak. But don't ever be afraid to make mistakes. Because a child will always make mistakes, and I have got here by making a lot of mistakes in my life. And you have to learn through these mistakes if you are to be a successful individual in life. If you take everyone here, as a child, you learn every day. Even today we learn. But we always make mistakes, but we must make sure that we accept those mistakes and we see how we could improve. You have to be honest to yourself when you make a mistake to say, I have made a mistake and I need to learn through it. And if that character could be built upon yourselves, I can assure you a lot of success in time to come. I keep telling my children the same thing. They will always do mistakes. It's better for them to do mistakes when they're young, because we are there to guide them. But if we scold and tell them, don't do this all the time, they will not try out anything and they will not make any mistakes. But if they don't make any mistakes, they're not going to learn through any sort of experience, because the learning through an experience is the best way to learn, rather than someone telling you that this is the way to do things. Even in cricket, I had to work out. I made mistakes. If I get out, I have to work it out as to why I got out. And then at crucial times, I would have made a blunder. I would have told myself, okay, I want to try and finish a certain match quickly, and trying to achieve the goal without focusing on every single step you need to take to achieve something. You tend to rush and make a mistake because you want to achieve that faster. And I made that mistake so many times, but when it came to the World Cup, I remembered that all the time. And I told myself, don't make that mistake until that last ball, last run is made. And only once I make that last run, I will relax. So that had taught me a lesson for me to make sure that we won that 1996 World Cup. So that is why I keep insisting upon lot of the academics to let these children go out there and make whatever mistakes they want to make, because you have to go back to your childhood and understand that these are things we also did. And if we can go back and understand that, it will be very easy for us to educate and train the younger generation and build leaders who can make decisions for themselves, and let them make the mistakes, understand, and build their character and build their strengths, because every individual has a talent, and that talent we need our academics to support them to bring the best out of that talent. And I'm sure out of this 12,000 students, we will be able to develop at least 225 strong individuals to take over this country very soon, and see this country prosper and be one of the greatest nations in the region. And I would like to wish all of you all the very best, and NSBM all success in their future endeavors. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. May I maybe ask our chief guest, Mr. Aravinda De Silva, to stay on stage for a few more moments longer, sir? I do understand that once a batsman starts batting, they would never want to stop. And for us, it's a treat to hear and see you batting. and the words of wisdom that you gave not only will make an impact on our MICs and academics, but also our parents and indeed our colorsmen and colorswomen tonight who will take it to heart, I'm sure, and apply Mr. Aravinda De Silva's words to your everyday lives as you become the leaders of Sri Lanka's next generation.
Well, to honor your presence here at NSBM Colours Night 2022, sir, we have a token of appreciation to be presented. And to do the honors, may I now invite Deputy Vice Chancellor of NSBM, Professor Chaminda Ratnayaka, accompanied by the Head of Academic Development and Quality Assurance, Professor Bharat Durankotua, and Head of Students Affairs, Mr. Thisalya Tavara, to join on stage.
A humble thank you to gracing our event. Ladies and gentlemen, your chief guest of NSBM Colours Night 2022, Mr. Aravinda De Silva. I think this is the opportune time for our photographers to freeze these memories in time. It is quite a historic moment to have the World Cup winner, one of the greatest batsmen of all time, with us right here at NSBM.
Thank you so much, gentlemen, for joining up on stage. And what we have next, Chamila?
We are going to move into our final session of awarding the colours to our colorsmen and colorswomen, ladies and gentlemen. But this is the special session that you've all been waiting for.
But before that, we have an entertainment item. Well, ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together and welcome our dancers on stage, choreographed by Mr. Dilupa Vijay Ratna.
Look who we are the dreamers, we make it happen, guess we believe it. Look who we are the dreamers, we make it happen, cause we can see it. Let's do the one that keep the passion, respect, oh yeah. Let's do the one that can't imagine, respect, oh yeah. Gather round now, look at me.
Essa bola vai rolar, mundo é um tapete verde. Quando a bola chega lá, coração fica na rede, na rede, na rede. Olá, olá!
Feel how the planets become one. Exact the drum to this rhythm. Hear the whistle, kick the ball. The entire world soars like an eagle. In Rio we play, like we dance. Only today, there's no tomorrow. We fall behind in this place. There's no space for fear or sorrow. I dare you. Let go. Let go. Let go. Let go.
An energetic performance by Nsbm Dance Club, paving the way for our next session of awards. Ladies and gentlemen, we will proceed with the best player for male and female of each game in the 2022-2023 academic year. May I invite our presentation party to be formed by our guest of honor, Mr. Niluka Karnaratna, accompanied by Deputy Vice Chancellor Professor Chaminda Ratnayaka, our Head of Academic Development and Quality Assurance, Professor Bharata Dorankotua, Head of Student Affairs, Mr. Tisal Yatavara, Sports Executive, Ms. Shanika Sewandi, and our Chief Organizers, Mr. Pramudya Tilakaratna and Ms. Tarani Suryarachi. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are ready. Waiting in the wings are the best sportsmen and sportswomen of our 14 sports of NSBM Green University. Let us start off with NSBM Rugby Club, the best sportsman for the year 2022, Manula Ratnayaka.
Followed by NSBM Athletic Club, ladies and gentlemen. This best player male goes to Linuka Ratnapriya. The best female player goes to DMI Keshani.
Moving on to our best basketballer from the NSBM Basketball Club, ladies and gentlemen. The best male athlete is Nisal Vimukti Disoisa. And the best female player for basketball, Gagani Tarukialoka Silva.
Moving on to NSBM Netball Club, ladies and gentlemen, the best female player goes to Malati Desanayaka.
Moving on to NSBM Football. Your best player for the year 2022, AJM Amarasuriya.
Moving on to NSBM Swimming Club, ladies and gentlemen, best male player goes to Ona Senan. And best female player, please give it up for Mahesha Yapa.
Onil Sinan and Mahesha Yapa, your best swimmers of NSBM swimming. As we move in to NSBM cricket right after. With your best cricketer, your cricketer of the year for 2022. Ladies and gentlemen, put your round for Uvindu Chandrasiri.
And next, ladies and gentlemen, we have Best Male and Female Player for NSBM Badminton Club. Please give it up for the Best Male Player, Vikum Fernando. Followed by the Best Female Player for NSBM Badminton Club. Followed by the Best Female Player for NSBM Badminton Club, Tarashi Katria Arachi.
Eight sports down, 6 to go with NSBM table tennis right after. Firstly, the table tennis player of the year female, Hansini Kapugikiana. Followed by the best male player, Hiran Kanchana.
And next we have NSBM Chess Club, Best Male and Female Player. Ladies and gentlemen, Best Male Player for NSBM Chess Club. Please give it up for Kalpa De Silva. Followed by the female player for NSBM Chess Club. Please give it up for Hashara Abe Singha.
Moving on to NSBM powerlifting. Male best player of the year, the powerlifter of the year, KADGK Madanayaka. And in NSBM powerlifting, your female powerlifter of the year, MPN Dharmasena.
Followed by the NSBM Archery Club, ladies and gentlemen. The best male player for NSBM Archery Club. Please give it up for Kavin Premaratna.
Moving on to NSBM volleyball. Your player of the year, JM Nuantaraga.
The final sport, ladies and gentlemen, NSBM Martial Arts Club. The best male player for NSBM Martial Arts Club. Please give it up for Shashika Rakshan. And for NSBM Martial Arts Club, female players, we have got two female players here. Please give it up for, firstly, Litara Pereira and Tharuni Divyanjali for being the best female players for NSBM Martial Arts Club.
And that concludes, ladies and gentlemen, the list of our best male and female players of each game for the 2022 season. Thank you to our presentation party. May I ask our guest of honor to remain on stage for a few moments longer as we invite Professor Chaminda Ratnayaka, our Deputy Vice Chancellor of Nsbm Green University, to present a humble token of our appreciation to our guest of honor, ladies and gentlemen, to Mr. Niluka Karunaratne.
Once again, thank you very much, Mr. Niluka Karunaratne, for gracing NSBM Colours Night 2022. Once again, please give it up for Mr. Niluka Karunaratne, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you very much to our presentation party. Thank you to our guest of honor as well. And we proceed towards the final session of our Colours Night 2022.
And I think, Shamila, this is the most awaited moment, I think, where everyone have been looking for, right?
Indeed.
To see who will be the most outstanding sportswoman and outstanding sportsman of the year 2022. Shamila?
It has been a jury that has scrutinized these nominees over the past year, ladies and gentlemen, on various merits. And all these criteria have pointed to the fact that we have amongst this glittering galaxy of stars, our glittering galaxy of colorsmen and colorswomen tonight, two individuals for whom we reserve particular praise. Let us first know who are our female nominees.
Girls first, I must say.
Girls first. Ladies first, as always it is. Ladies first, ladies and gentlemen. And we begin
with the nominees. Shamila?
There are three nominees, Sonakshi. We start with NSBM Table Tennis Club's Hansini Pyumila Kapugikene. A few of her achievements in 2022, she turned out to be the Open Women's Singles third place, the Open Mixed Doubles third place, and the Open Women's Doubles champion at the 76th National Table Tennis Championship in 2022, representing Sri Lanka and her university. She did become the best player in NSBM Youth Sports 2022, the best player in NSBM Sports Fiesta 2022, the Open Women's Singles champion, Open Mixed Doubles champion in the 12th Defence Services game of 2022, and the Sri Lanka ranking number 3 in the Open Women's category in 2022. Ladies and gentlemen, Hansini Pyumila Kapukikena. Let's move on to our second nominee from the NSBM Chess Club, AHM Hashara Janandania Besingha. Hashara was the second runner-up in the Sri Lanka National Chess Championship in 2022. Third place at the World Chess Olympiad in India in 2022. 13th place in Oman's Amateur Chess Championship. The Commonwealth Chess Championships 2022 also saw her participation. She is also highly ranked in Sri Lanka and overseas, having been a member of Sri Lankan delegations to Bangladesh and other nations around the region. Ladies and gentlemen, your second nominee for the night, AHM Hashara Janandania Besingha. And your third and final nominee for the Sportswoman of the Year, Gagani Tharuki Aloka Silva. Gagani is a double colours woman in NSBM basketball and athletics. She was the Rapid Extravaganza Basketball 2022's most valuable player. She was the first runner-up in the Senior National Basketball 2021, U Sports 2022 Basketball's second runners-up team member, as well as the NSBM basketball team captain for 2022, alongside being the athletics team captain in 2021 and 2022. There are too many achievements to read, ladies and gentlemen. This is your third nominee for Sportswoman of the Year, Gagani Taruki Aloka Silva. And the fourth and final nominee for Sportswoman of the Year from the Nsbm Athletic Club and the Nsbm Netball Club, once again a double colours woman, DM Isuri Keshani. Isuri is a gold medalist of youth sports, shot put and discus throw. In netball, she was part of the runner-up team of youth sports 2022. She was a gold medalist of putt shot and discus throw in NSBM Sports Fiesta 2022. She has been participating in taekwondo, archery, and is a valued member of the NSBM Netball Club as well. Once again, your fourth nominee for the night, DM Isuri Keshani. Well, we are ready to award the Sportswoman of the Year, and in order to do so, we have to do the formalities first. May we invite kindly on stage, ladies and gentlemen, the presentation party formed by our chief guest, Mr. Aravinda De Silva, accompanied by the Vice Chancellor of NSBM Green University, Professor E.A. Veerasinghe, Deputy Vice Chancellor, Professor Chaminda Ratnayaka, Head of Academic Development and Quality Assurance, Professor Bharata Dorankotua, Head of Student Affairs, Mr. Tisal Yadavara, and Executive for Sports, Ms. Shanika Serwambe.
Also, ladies and gentlemen, we invite Mr. Pramudya Tilakaratna to hand over the envelope. And Shamila, let's see who will win the title for the most outstanding sportsman and sportswoman for the year 2022.
Keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, this is the first Colours Night since 2019, and we are reading out the first Sportswoman of the Year after 3 years. Ladies and gentlemen, your Sportswoman of the Year for 2022, Hashara Janandani Abesinghe.
And next up, ladies and gentlemen, we are moving on to the most outstanding sportsman of the year 2022. Let's take a look at the nominees. Nominee number 1, Vikum Fernando, representing NSBM Badminton Club, ladies and gentlemen. He was a member of the national badminton team. He held number 7 in open men's double, held ranking number 12 in open men's singles, and ladies and gentlemen, he is a former president of NSBM Sports Council. Nominee number 2, G.V. Shashikarukshan, representing NSBM Martial Arts Club. He won the 10th Commonwealth Karate Championship 2022 at England with a bronze medal. Kumite Best 6 Plus for 6th South Asian Karate Championship Selection Tournament. Sri Lanka National Karate Championship 2022, and he has won the first place in Kumite. Sri Lanka National Sports Festival District Tournament under the Ministry of Sports, Kumite 3rd place. And also, ladies and gentlemen, the list goes on and on, but he also represented the Galle District Independent Karate Championship 2022 under the Ministry of Sports. Moving on to our last nominee for the Best Sportsman, Kavin Premaratna, representing NSBM Archery Club. He also represented the Sri Lanka for Archery Championship in 2021 in UAE, represented Sri Lanka at Singapore Open 2022 Singapore. He was a 10th Junior National Archery Championship 2022 under 21 70 meter men's 3rd place. Also the 21st National Archery Championship 2022, and currently he is the captain of NSBM Archery Club 2023. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's see. Is it Vikum Fernando? Is it Shashika Rukshan? Or is it Kavin Premaratna? Can I have the name, please? All right. Shamila, I have got the name of the outstanding sportsman of the year 2022. Ladies and gentlemen, the most outstanding sportsman of the year 2022. Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for GV Shashika Rukshan, representing the Nsbm Martial Arts Club. Give it up for Shashika Rukshan, ladies and gentlemen. This is the most standing out sportsman for year 2022. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, most outstanding sportsman for year 2022, Shashika Rukshan, congratulations. And also Hashara Janandani, congratulations for being the most outstanding sportswoman for year 2022.
Thank you to our presentation party, in particular to our chief guest, Mr. Aravinda De Silva and Mrs. De Silva as well. Thank you for taking the time to be with us this evening. To our guest of honor, thank you for your inspiration as well. And we hope that our students have taken these words to heart, that you have to succeed, but by failing first, and that you have to work hard in order to achieve all your dreams as well.
And I think, Shamila, that was a message given by our chief guest, Mr. Aravinda De Silva.
Indeed, embodied by Mr. Aravinda De Silva, embodied by Mr. Nilanta Karnaratne. Through their achievements, I'm sure that our students, our colorsmen and colorswomen who have built that legacy over the last year will continue to add on to it in the years to come. Now, ladies and gentlemen,
We have come to the end of Nsbm Sports Fair.
The Colours Night,
Colours Night,
of
yes.
2022.
Two.
It is taking too much of a toll on us as well
I
to
know.
see all these fantastic young men and women who have achieved so much and have done so much over the last year to be rightly recognized for what they are.
And also, Shamila, hats off to all the lecturers in charge, MICs, and also our distinguished guests for coming here and gracing this occasion. Also, to our dearest Vice Chancellor, Sir, DVC Sir, Bharati Sir, thank you so much for the guidance and for all the valuable things that you have done to us, Sir. And you have to be really proud to see the achievements of your young NSBM alumni and the sportsmen and sportswomen. So, all the best, very best to each and every one of y'all. And it's sad to say goodbye.
It is indeed, ladies and gentlemen. Now, we have come to the conclusion of Nsbm Colours Night 2022. This entire activity that we do is in honor of our nation and with the expectation that we endure and we support our nation to grow a new generation of leadership by which we can truly take it to the realms of what is beyond our imagination today. With that in mind, ladies and gentlemen, please rise with us to honor our national anthem.